Mechanics and the environment. My name is Sophia.
My name is Sofia Gomez.
Melanie.
I'm Jimena.
I'm Denise.
Theoretical framework. Friction is a force that resists the sliding or rolling of a solid object over another. The coefficient of friction is considered as the frictional force that resists the motion produced by two surfaces in contact, pressing the two surfaces together. The coefficient of friction has different values for different branches, static friction and kinetic friction. Static coefficient of friction is a measure of the amount of friction existing between two surfaces on rest. And kinetic friction is the coefficient of friction, is a measure of friction between moving objects. The independent variable is the type of shoes, the surface conditions, and the inclination of the angle. The dependent variable is the coefficient of friction, angle where occurs the slip, and the force of the friction. And the control variable is the weight of the shoe, the material of the surface, and the humidity. Friction is a key factor in footwear design, influencing how shoes interact with the surfaces against them.
Okay, in the first experiment, we use hiking shoes, and with without water, it applied 40 grades, and with water 45. And with the high heels, without water, it applies 3/4 grades, and with water 39. In the third experiment, it is used normal boots. In the normal boots, without water are 32 grades, and with water 24. In the fourth experiment, it is used shoes of covers, without water, it's at 32 grades, and with water.
The results. In the classification of hiking shoes, the angle on the dry surface was 40 degrees, and the wet surface was 45 degrees. The coefficient of friction was 0.83 in a dry surface, and in a wet surface it was 1. And the reported coefficient of friction dry is an angle between 15 and 18, and it was 0.26 to 0.32, and the reported coefficient of friction wet is compared to an angle of 13 to 18, and is 0.23 to 0.32. Then in high heel boots, the angle on dry surface is 34 degrees, the angle on wet surface 39 degrees. The coefficient of friction dry is 0.67, and the coefficient of friction wet 0.8. The reported coefficient of friction dry is an angle between 13 degrees and 18 degrees, and is 0.33 to 0.32. And in the reported coefficient of friction wet, it is an angle between 20 degrees and 1 degrees, and it is 0.36 to 0.38. In boots, the angle on dry surface is 32 degrees, and wet surface is 24 degrees. The coefficient of friction dry is 0.2, and the coefficient of friction wet is 0.34. The reported coefficient of friction dry in an angle of 18 to 21 degrees is 0.32 to 0.38, and in the reported coefficient of friction wet in an angle of 13 to 50 degrees is in 0.33 to 0.26. And in converse, in an angle of on a dry surface is 32 degrees, and on a wet surface 34 degrees. And the coefficient of friction dry is 0.62, and coefficient of friction wet 0.67. The required coefficient of friction dry in an angle between 20 to 21 degrees 0.36 to 0.38, and the reported coefficient of friction wet is an angle of 18 degrees to between 18 degrees to 21 degrees is 0.32 to 0.38. And this is the graph. The light blue is the coefficient of friction dry, which is 0.45 in hiking shoes. The high heel boots is in 0.36 and boots 0.58 and the Converse 0.48. And the coefficient of friction wet in hiking shoes is 0.55. Then in high heel boots is 0.34, in boots 0.32, and in Converse 0.52.
Discussion. We use different shoes on both a dry and a wet surface. In our case, the friction with the wet surface and the shoes had less grip, so we needed a smaller angle to slide. This also depends on the shoe material, that in our case, some were rubber and some were plastic. For example, for the rubber, it slides easily and the plastic grips more to the dry surface. Another thing that affects the angle is the weight of the shoes, so it's heavier and it needs less angle.
Then the conclusion and reflection. With the information we obtain and results, we can correlate with the second Newton's law that states when a body is under the action of an imbalanced net force, the acceleration produced is directly proportional to the force and inversely proportional to the body mass. And also we can relate it with the coefficients of friction. And we conclude that depending on the conditions of the surface, the coefficients of friction may change, but the material used is the same. Something we find interesting during our experiment is how wet can influence the slide of objects.
Thank you for your attention.